Strikes, I'm not really a big one for going out on a Friday night, and when my email pings and I get that lovely letter from Jack Milner, my heart leaps, because I always like to know what you're thinking, you know, even if you're not riding in the race. But we are talking about your rides on Saturday. We start off with race 1 and a horse called Operator.
Yes, Andrew, it's a tricky race. She was well beaten by a couple of horses in the first start, but last time out she only got beaten 3.5 lengths. So hopefully she's on the up now. And then you also have an unraced VAR filly, Miss Pinkerton. So tough race, but my filly Operator should be there about.
So she could well be a solid rover for the quartets.
She could be a rover. Difficult to make any horse a good thing in this field.
Mathew, probably a very similar situation to Liege, that you are forced basically to run Heavenly Blue with a welter burden on his back, but better to get a run in than not.
Yeah, it is better to get a run in. Not our most ideal prep though. Like I said, we are forced because we don't have an opportunity to bury a trial. Can't go all the way down to Durban just for that. Anyway, the horse is well. You know, he definitely will improve from the run. You know, just happy to see him back at the racecourse.
So presumably, as is the case with all the Kock horses, he's had a lot of work and he's a fit horse.
He has a lot of groundwork at home, but 2,000 meters, 64 kilograms is never easy, even at your peak. So, you know, not expecting too much from him, just want him to come through the race nice and happy and just improve from it.
Okay, and it was remiss of me not to ask you what the main mission is for Heavenly Blue, so that the folk out there can get a better understanding. Yeah,
at this stage we're aiming him at the Champions Cup. We'll run him there, and then we'll just wait for the Joburg spring season.
Bankable will need the run. He's had a bit of a break. So, you know, it's more of a comeback run. I don't think he's going to be cherry ripe, but we'll be trying.
DORRIE, at the risk of getting it wrong, I'm going to ask you to please help me out with your runner in race number 3.
Jagessa's a really, really nice, big, strapping son of Byword. Belongs to Mr. Krabia, Andrew. He's just had 2 educational runs, got a little bit lost and found his feet late in the last. He didn't figure in the places, but I was really happy with that. This will be his first time around the turn, so it is another question, but I'd be happy to see him run on and perhaps earn.
Yes, I'm riding Stalking. It's a pickup ride. I've got no idea about the horse. All I know is first start around the turn 1400, and he's got a bad draw. It's not going to be easy. I would rather lean towards race horses with good draws, and I would say ALYAASAAT from Mark the Cockyard could be the horse to beat.
Yeah, he's a smart horse. I thought he just moved a little too early last time and got a bit tired. He's a very big burly horse, so he was always going to come on and strip a fitter horse next time. He's put up some good work. Looks like he's improved a lot. I'm fairly confident from that draw that he's going to run a big race.
Okay, on to the 4th race, first leg of the pick 6, where you've got Festive Lingari.
Festive Lingari, unfortunately, has got a bad draw. We don't have a jockey as of yet, so it's going to be difficult, you know, to assess him. I might take him out the race, but he's got a decent chance if he runs.
Okay, then you've got the pair of both Gold Dust Woman and Subtle Force in race 5.
Subtle Force, Donovan did some work on her. He pinpointed out a little issue, which we sorted out. I think she'll go close.
And Gold Dust Woman?
But outclassed in the field, probably will get a run.
Yeah, look, after unfortunately Luke got injured and he can't claim that 4 kilos, I'm going to put Lyle Jurtsen on. He's won on her twice now. And if she can carry the weight, she should go very, very close. Just the weight turnaround now could find her.
And as we were chatting off camera, CANDELA more or less just to keep the race alive.
Yeah, we had to keep the race alive. She could have a small place chance in that field.
Yeah, I'm hoping to kick butt on kick butt. But I did try. My first choice was No More Words. I think she's dropped in the race figure. She's had some issues, bad draws, over racing last time with the blinkers. That's why I went for No More Words. So she could be a bit of value. And I thought Spring Breeze was my next choice. I couldn't get the ride. And I just saw kick butt without a jockey. So times are tough. But I was happy kick butt ran a good race out of the maidens. I don't know if it's as strong as a field that she ran a placing, but at least she's looking like she's on the up.
Well, you've got a ticket, so you've got a chance.
Yeah, definitely. Your African ruler, you know, you got to say well done to Paul Peter. Last time he said to me, try and get on the ride. The horse is ready. And I missed out. I was booked on another horse, and the horse came to win. So he's probably got the horse where he wants him. But in saying that, you know, he won his last start, got a penalty. So he's held on form by a couple of horses, but not by much. So track's very fast. If he gets a fly out the gate, who knows, maybe he can hold on.
Okay, then we move on to the 8th, where horse has got a lovely name. He's great.
He's great. He's come from Leon Erasmus, unfortunately, the circumstances, but he should run a decent race.
Yeah, Just Africa was a little bit disappointing last time, but it was quite a strong field. He's very well at the moment, and I feel he could run in the money. And SINGASWEMIN just ran second today. If he pulls up okay, I will run him, and I think he could run in the first 3.
Wait all the way until the 8th race, where there's no shortage of ability with tripod.
Yeah, as you said, the ability's there. It's a question of getting into his head, and hopefully we're getting there. And I'm very happy we've got Craig Zaki on. He's such a kind, soft person, but doesn't take nonsense from the horses, and I think he's going to suit tripod.
And then on to the Robbie Sage trained CHRISTOFLE in race 9.
Yeah, I was trying to get full mast. I rode him last time. He ran a cracker, and unfortunately I couldn't get the ride. He's got a nice draw. Turfentine 1400, that's ideal. It's a graduation, so he's very well handicapped, and so full mast would be an absolute certainty in this race. CHRISTOFLE, unfortunately, if it was a handicap, he would be carrying like 50 kilograms, so he's badly handicapped. I just hope he runs a sort of a decent race, and maybe I can get him in next time when he's running in a more suitable division.
Yeah, PUNTA CANA is the fittest of the 3. I think this is now the right distance, hopefully right equipment with the blinkers on. He's had every opportunity. He works extremely well and doesn't quite give that at the races. So hopefully on Saturday he can do that. Maroun and DHABYAAN are nice horses, but they will definitely need the run.
And then you've got the pair of Highway 85 and Sovereign Rain in race 10.
Sovereign Rain's very well at the moment. He's producing his best. Highway 85, bad draw, a little bit short the distance, but we'll be trying Annie as well.
Yeah, he's did well, but now it looks like the handicap has sort of got to him, and he maybe needs to drop a little bit more. Also drawn 10 over 1400, not ideal. I just hope he runs the place.
Most of them ran today, so I think time to be great with a good draw. He's going to be my best of the lot. Crimson Magic ran a better race last time, and he could run into the money. The others, well, we'll see if Quattro's pulled up okay. He could also run into the money.
Okay, so with a gun to your head, which one would you pick as probably being your best runner on the day?
Subtle Force.
Fantastic. And then a horse that Mr. Ferraris confided in me a few months back. He was given by Barry Irwin, a horse called Blazing Winter, and he's been a good stake getter.
He's strong. He's a very chill horse.
Just in his box.
Yeah, probably in his box, but he's actually the gentleman. And Stewie knows the horse. I mean, he's had him spot on every time, every big race. He went down to Durban. He's picked his race as well. So, like you say, he's probably almost 2 months of a break. So, no, Stewie will have him spot on.
The best horse I have ever trained or ever will train. Big statement, but he's certainly living up to it.
I think Stewie could be right. I mean, I rode Tyson in the Summer Cup for him. And to be honest, Surcharge, I think he's better than Tyson, and he's still got scope to come. So I think they're expecting big things.
I think Tyson was more of a slugger. This is brilliant.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's still learning, he's still improving.
Fantastic. Thanks, Strike.
Pleasure.
Thank you very
Alrighty.
much.
Okay, mate.